Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So we are starting a new topic today, that is demand forecasting. So basically demand forecasting is the process of predictivity of the future demand of the product. Okay. So why we need demand forecasting? Because it enables the organization to take various decisions regarding to the business, which include such as the planning of the production, how much of the production is to be needed for a particular demand, and which is linked to the procurement of the raw material as well as the procurement of the human resource, and the finally deciding of the price of the product. So for forecasting of the demand, we will see two methods, that is the moving average method and the exponential smoothing method. The moving average method is nothing but the forecasting method which uses the average of the previous recent period sale. So the highly used or the most commonly used are the 3, 4 and 5 moving average method. We'll see when we solve the sum. And the second one is the exponential smoothing method. In this technique, forecasting technique, the forecast is calculated by using the weighted average of all the previous values, and the formula is f of t plus 1 is equal to alpha into dt, which is demand, plus 1 minus alpha into ft, which is forecast, and t, where f is the forecast, d is the demand, and t is the time period. If you see, for example, for instance, if we have to calculate the forecast for the year 2, then the formula will be forecast for the year 2, which is f of 2 is equal to alpha, which is the smoothing constant, d1 demand for the previous year, that is d1, plus 1 minus alpha into f1, which is forecast for the previous year. There are few type of errors in forecasting. We'll see three of them. The first one is the mean square error, followed by the mean absolute deviation, and the third one is the mean absolute percentage error. So we'll see one by one. The first one, which is the mean square error, which is nothing but the it is give the error by squaring the each one and dividing by the number of forecast period. Basically, it gives the summation of the error for each particular square divided by the number of forecast period. The square is given to convert a negative value into the positive value. The second one is mean absolute deviation. It is nothing but the adding the absolute period error for a series of period which is given in the sum, and then the dividing by the number of period which is mentioned. It is basically the series between the demand minus forecast, but we don't consider negative value here, and divided by the number of period which is n. The third one is mean absolute error percentage error, MAP, is a variant of MAT calculation, because in MAP it shows the percentage of absolute error to the actual demand, and the formula to calculate MAP is demand minus forecast upon demand, the whole divided by the number of period, and at the last it is using calculate the percentage also. We'll see a sum. The following data shows the demand for an XYZ product over the 7 weeks. Okay. Now the week and the demand are as follows in the sequential form. Using the exponential smoothing method, which is alpha, which is given 0.2, determine the forecast for the 8th week and also find the MAD, MSD and MAP. So the week and demand and follows, and forecast we have to calculate using smoothing constant method. So as we know, formula is f of t plus 1 is equal to alpha into dt plus 1 minus alpha into ft. So the forecast for the period 2 will be alpha, which is 0.2. Demand for the first year will be 39. So here will be 39 plus 1 minus alpha, 1 minus 0.2 into forecast for the period 1 is 39. When we calculate this will come out to be 39 also. So the similarly we'll solve the forecast for all the given years. Now for the third period it will become 40. For fourth also it will come 40. For the fifth period it will be 41, and the sixth period it will be 40.4. For seventh period it will be 40.92, and for the eighth period that we have to find out will be 40.54. Now we'll find out the absolute deviation, which is nothing but the demand minus forecast, and we don't consider a negative value. So 39 minus 39 is 0, 45, 0, 5. We don't consider a negative sign here. 43 minus 40.4 will be 2.6. 39 minus 40.2, 1.92. We don't consider here because the demand we have to, it is not given here. So we calculate the summation will be of this particular will be 17.52. So mean absolute deviation is summation, which is 17.52 divided by the number of period, which is 6, which in turn equal to 2.92. Now we'll find the square error. The square error will be the square of the absolute deviation. 0, 5 square is 25, 0, 25, 3 square is 9, 2.6 square is 6.76 and 1.92 square is 3.69. Similarly, when we do the summation of all this value, it will turn out to be 69.45. Then the MSC will be equal to 69.45. The whole divided by 6 will in turn will be 11.56. Now we'll calculate the absolute percentage error, which is nothing but the absolute deviation divided by the total demand upon number of n into 100. For period 1 it will be 0, second is 11.36, third will be 0, fourth will be 11.11, followed by 7.89, then 6.05, and the last year will be 4.92. When we calculate the summation of this all, it will be in turn 41.34. Now the mean absolute percentage error will be equal to 41.34, which is the summation, the whole divided by the number of period, which is 6. It will turn out to be 6.90. We'll solve the second sum, which is the calculate the mean square error, mean absolute deviation, and the mean absolute percentage error, and also for the sale for the 7th month using the 3-year moving average method. Okay, the month and the respective demand and kilo. We have to find the forecast, which is nothing but the sales using 3-year average moving method. So as we know, this is 3-year moving average. We directly cut down the first 3. So for the 4th year, the average of the will be the first 3, 32 plus 29 plus 27, the whole divided by 3, which in turn will equal to be 29.33. So this will be 29.33. For the 5th period, it will be 29 plus 27 plus 36, the whole divided by 3, which will be 30.67. For the 6th period, it will be 27 plus 36 plus 34 divided by 3, which will be 32.33. And for the 7th period, it will be 36 plus 34 plus 32, the whole divided by 3, which is 34. Now, as we don't have this, we all negotiate this. Last, absolute deviation is nothing but a demand minus forecast. 36 minus 29.33 is 6.67. 34 minus 30.67 is 3.33. 32.33 minus 32, which in turn will be 0.33. We'll take out the summation, it will be 10.33. Then the mean absolute deviation will be equal to 10.33 divided by the number of n, which is 3, which will be equal to 3.44. Now the square error will be 6.67 square, which will be 44.49. 3.33 square, it will turn out to be 9.09. 0.33 square is 0.11. Okay, and the summation of all three will be 55.69. So the mean square error, which will be equal to 55.69, the whole divided by 3, which is equal to 18.56. Now the absolute percentage error is nothing but the absolute deviation 6.67 divided by the demand 36, the whole into 100, which will be 18.52, 9.79, and for the fixed period will be 1.03. Summation of all this will be 29.34. Then mean absolute percentage error will be equal to 29.34 whole divided by 3, which will be equal to 9.78. So for this particular sum, the sales for the 7th month is 34. The mean absolute deviation is 3.44. Absolute error is 18.56, and the mean absolute percentage error is 9.78. Thank you. Stay tuned for the second part for this particular topic, that is demand forecasting. Thank you for watching this video.